When we think about narcissists and the way that they employ their tactics and how they attack their victims, and how many of people, they get entangled in the illusions of what narcissists are engaging in. Much of the stuff that narcissists partake in, particularly when it comes to a target, in most cases aren't true. Narcissistic people are people that are easily offended, and due to the fact that they are narcissistic, when a person doesn't respond to a narcissist a particular way, that the narcissist desires to be treated a certain way, because narcissists feel as if they're superior than others. So, being the fact that they have this superiority complex and they have this grandiose way that they idealize themselves, that they feel that people are supposed to treat them a specific way, even if you are someone who has respect. You've never done anything that was disrespectful to a narcissist, but simply because of the fact that you did not praise them, that you did not treat them as if they were royalty. You didn't bow. And when a narcissist perceives you as a person who's independent, that you're more self-sufficient, that you don't necessarily need, a person to guide your life, that you're not seeking their counsel. Because a lot of narcissists, they feel that they are, in fact, good advisors, while secretly sabotaging the lives of many of their victims. When we even think about the way that many of narcissists enter into the lives of their victim, where they create all-out chaos in the life of a victim in hopes that that victim will come to them. This is something that has been happening amongst us for many years now. It's a strategic tactic that narcissistic people use. It's been done in our family dynamics. It's been done in friendships. Many of you guys are still today in 10 years with the person who initially bullied you as a kid. You're best friends with your bullies. And there's a reason for many of these things that occur. And some people don't like to think about things from the spiritual perspective, but I tie into things holistically. Whether you be of my belief or not, if you are a spiritual individual, you will understand that when you are connected to someone who you're afraid of, the Bible tells us that the fear of man causes a snare. Because you fear someone, it affects your decisions. It affects the way that you engage with others. It affects the way that you do life. And narcissistic people know that. They know the power of you being isolated. This is the reason why they lie to people and they say things about you to stop you and to prevent you from having true and authentic connections with people. Because they want you to feel disempowered. They want you to not be yourself. When I think about victims and how many of us have suffered due to the hands of narcissistic individuals, silently, that when we're being projected onto by family members, friends, co-workers, people of that sort, we're being projected onto in an environment where we've done absolutely nothing to a narcissistic individual, but we did not bow to them. We did not greet them a specific way. We did not listen to their sob stories. We did not listen to the fact that they are more superior. We didn't want to hear it because many of us have things that we need to accomplish in life or just simply not interested. That's okay too. And a narcissistic individual will have all of this support from a group of enablers and flying monkeys, which I oftentimes state, who are fully aware that the narcissist is lying on the victim and they're partaking in smearing the victim's name They're slandering, because I don't like to use the word smearing, because the legal term of it is character assassination. That is the legal term for it. Many of us in a narcissistic community, we use terms that are not going to be effective when it comes to things that are severe. Narcissistic abuse is actually coercive control. That's a form of it, which is illegal. Blackmailing an individual to have your way with them is illegal. These are things that we oftentimes see that is happening within a narcissistic family dynamic. When you are being projected onto and the narcissist is receiving all of this support, the narcissist is basking in the fact that nobody believes you. They enjoy this. This is the reason why I oftentimes state that narcissistic people are fully aware of their actions. And, you know, medical professionals want to say, oh, well, narcissists don't. Lies. Narcissistic personality disorder doesn't exist, regardless of how they want to make it seem that narcissists are mentally ill. Narcissists are fully aware of their actions. They are strategic. They are orchestrators. This is what they do. Narcissistic individuals are clever, so they think. This is what they think. They think that no one knows that they are in fact sick. They think that no one understands what it is that they are doing. They think that they are ahead of the game, that you guys are just getting bamboozled because of the fact that you're not aware. You're not as smart as they are. This is what they think. So when they go to people with their sob stories and different things of their sort, they know that people are going to believe them, because in many of the cases with victims is that the very same people that narcissists go to, the narcissist watches how everybody looks at the victim. They can see that some people are insecure. Even those who profess to be very confident, the narcissist can peep through the facade. They know that this person is insecure. They know that this person wants to be validated. They know these weaknesses. They know that this person has issues with lust. They know that this person wants to be promoted. They know that this person wants all of these accolades. They know that a person wants to be accepted and they want to be normal, as they say. As best as normal could possibly be, because none of us are. We're just us. So the narcissist is getting all of this support and the victim has no support, but the narcissist even wants the victim to support the lie. Can you believe that? There are people who are so narcissistic that they actually want you to buy into the lie, where many of you guys are going and apologizing for something that never happened. Your mother is lying, your friend is lying, your husband is lying, your wife is lying. In some cases, your children are lying. These are blatant lies, and you guys are actually apologizing for things that never happened. Because you want to resolve the issues at hand. This is why. And the narcissist knows that. The narcissist is like, just admit that. And most people are the kind of people that say, I just want to solve this problem. But you're admitting to something that you don't know how far the narcissist is going to take this situation. This is how people get entangled in things too deep. Some of you guys, you're apologizing for things that never happened. And you find yourself at a place where you're connecting and building relationships with the person that's been saying negative things and telling lies behind your back. Family members do it all the time. But you're reconnecting with your family members. People who have told so many lies. And this is the most dangerous part about family members, is this, that people believe people based on connections. If they're connected to you in some kind of way and a family member says something negative about you, most people think, why would the family member lie about this person? But they don't know that your family member actually hates you. They don't know that your best friend really hates you. They don't know that your husband really hates you. They don't know that your wife really hates you. They don't know that your child really hates you. They don't know that your aunt and your uncles, that they hate you. Why would a family member lie on another family member? Because they hate you. That is why. You have to think about things. And see, most people say, the common sense thing, right? Common sense is not so common, you guys. Common sense is not so common. Now, most people would think, why would a family member say such harsh things about a person? They're not directly coming to an individual and saying things just outright nasty in some cases, because some of them actually do function like that. They will say things that are very malicious, and people will buy into that because they want to hear negative things about you. But if you're talking about an enabler, see, a flying monkey is all with the garbage. These are things that they enjoy doing. Because you know why? Many of these people are very filthy in nature. The way that they do things, they scam, scheme, plot, gossip. This is the way that they do life. But on the external, they present themselves as a decent individual throughout society. But once you have the ability to have discernment, regardless of how polished an individual is, regardless of how dressed that they are, they're attractive, regardless of these things, you can feel the filth that is operating within the individual. And they know that you feel it. And this is the reason why they're attacking you. They know that you know. And this is the reason why they have to get to other people ahead of time. This is the reason why your family members are painting this narrative about you being crazy. This is the reason why they're painting this narrative about you being problematic. This is the reason why you're supposedly a person that isn't credible. So nobody needs to listen to you. You have to understand that narcissistic people have a role that they set for people. Initially, from the very beginning, when they lay their eyes on you, regardless of how you choose to do life. And many of us are very much so different. But to a narcissistic individual, this is where conformity comes in at. This is how they manipulate and control people, by bullying them. Because they say, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this and that to force this person into submission. Because you being your authentic self, you being authentic, bothers the narcissist. The narcissist doesn't want that. The narcissist needs you to not be authentic. It doesn't benefit them if you're authentic. It shows the fact that they are not being themselves. And in most cases, they need to damage any connection that you're going to have with anyone before people actually get to know you, because they're going to emulate you. This is the thing. Narcissistic people have no personality. These are the kind of people that wear other people's personality, and they change people's personality. They change personalities like they change their underwear. Whatever they see draws in attention. They begin to behave like that person. They're doing their hand gestures. They're flipping their hair like they flip their hair. They're batting their eyes like this individual. Narcissistic people are so sick to the point where if the individual has a specific thing such as a mole or a scar, they will literally damage their own skin in order to get something that someone else has naturally or unfortunately. This is what we're dealing with. These are sick individuals. And they've been going throughout society masking as individuals who are noble and absolutely of no character at all. The only character that appears to be is the character that they're wearing of the victim. This is the reason why there's this false connection that many of you guys build with people, and when you're authentic, you can see right through it because of the fact that it's not gonna mesh well together. It's not. You can sense that a person is laughing, their laugh is fake. You can sense that, that they're looking at you. These are people that have a vast amount of issues that aren't really discussed as they should be. Narcissistic people in general. I made a clip before of how narcissistic people don't have intuition. When they're communicating with people, this is the reason why they have to look at you, because they have to get familiar with you in reference and understanding you as a person through micro expressions. This is how they can detect certain things, because they don't have empathy. So they're never having an emotional connection with you. And this is the reason why many narcissistic people are good when it comes to business, because there's no emotion to it. You understand? This is the reason why a person has an ability to fire you. This is the reason why they have an ability to harm you. These are things like this is a person with no empathy. This is the reason why they are able to be used when it comes to very harsh behavior throughout society. Because they do not have empathy. Now, the interesting thing is, what I always, speak about with empaths is that when you are an empath, you do need to develop yourself. Because this is the reason why a lot of empaths have not gotten ahead in life. You can learn a thing or two from narcissistic individuals without becoming a narcissist. If you're not the kind of person that can see that an issue is occurring and you need to make a decision that may not be a decision that is going to make another individual happy, but you ultimately have to make that decision, you need to do it. Yeah, you may not want to fire someone. You may not want a narcissist to face any consequences and things of that sort. But if you see that something is happening and you see a family member that is being abused, you ought to say something and step up about it. Because the thing is about it is, a narcissist isn't going to spare you. And many times they're going to set you up for things that you've never even done. This is how they do. These people are sick individuals, you guys. Understand that when we encounter people, that we have to be very cautious of the kind of people that we are connecting ourselves to, because people already have plans from you from the very moment that they meet you. Yes, they are amongst us. There are individuals, and narcissistic people do this in general. What are you going to be? Are you going to be a friend or a foe? Because they're not going to be a friend to you. They want the loyalty from you, but they're not going to give that in return, even if they pretend to be loyal to you. Because there are a lot of people who think that narcissistic people are loyal to them until their backs is up against the wall. This is when the narcissist is going to flip, because there is no honor amongst thieves. A narcissist will turn on you, even the flying monkeys. Because guess what? After all, well, it wasn't me. That's how narcissists think. I wasn't the one that did it. You're an adult. But the entire time they're insinuating things and they're blackmailing an individual. They're doing all of these things to an individual. Now, all of a sudden, they're the innocent one. And sometimes the flying monkeys will damage a connection so bad where they can no longer have access to the victim, but the narcissist does. You see, this is the reason why the narcissist does that. Narcissistic people think that they're playing chess. This is what they think. But when you are a person who has experienced narcissistic individuals on a high scale, you can decode everything that they're doing, no matter how crafty that they think they are. Because the reason why they're turning everybody else against you is because guess what? The narcissist initially wanted you. And this is what the flying monkeys don't know, because the narcissist is showing everyone else around them that they have no interest in you, that they don't want you, that they hate you, that you've done something to them, you offended them, you did this and you did that. But they don't know that the narcissist is obsessed with you, that the narcissist desires to have you in their life. But you're not interested, you guys. And this is the reason why many victims are attacked, simply because they're not interested.